It is Tuesday, October 19th, 2021, here with your live show. It is the beginning of the NBA season. We've got 2 Major League Baseball playoff games and a slew of NHL for you today. So hang in there. Excited to talk sports and sports betting with everyone today.
Hi, it's Mitch from PickDogs.com.
Oh, for sure. These games have to be high drama.
Here we go again. I'm going to go big and see what happens.
Hi, everyone. And, here with the regular crew, we got Joe Madden, Brian Bittler, and Rod Zawacki. Got Rod and Brian backwards there. We'll have to adjust that on the fly. Let's see. Do this.
I was going to say, I've been calling them the wrong names for the month and a half.
Well, I've been calling them a lot of names for the last 2.5 years, but that's besides the point. Last night's game, really, classic NFL matchup, and I was on the wrong side of it. It happens. I can go back and handicap the game and show everyone exactly how I got there. So I think as long as you can do that, I can feel good about it. It's not like I gave out the Giants or something and, sit here dumbfounded when they get blown out of the building. Getting a lot of Jared Goff talk this week with the game in Los Angeles. Never liked that draft pick. Never liked it. But, Brian got one right. Congratulations. 1-1. He also gave out the Giants on Sunday on our live show to 5,000 people and never apologized once for it. Happens. The Sauce also had the Titans. Said I would give him a shout out. I had the over also in the free pick video, so I had a winner in that game as well there. But, one game, we move on. Got plenty of action today, a lot of NHL action. We got NBA season starting today. Oh, the date says 10/20 on this. It's because I'll fix it. Oh, well. Happens. So what happened was I put 10/19 on the App State game on the video, and the game is 10/20, and then I put 10/20 on this. It's 10/19. I don't know what day it is. I think that's where I'm pretty much at. Welcome to Mitch World, and it's like I think a lot of our competitors had a good time the last couple of months. NFL not necessarily our strongest thing when it comes to our coverage. I think we do a really good job. I think, we were the first ones to cover it the way that we do. And, a lot of our competitors, that's what they put 100% of their effort into. And we're kind of like, we cover everything. We give everything special treatment. So, they get like 7 weeks where they kind of, act like, oh, I got them, and then come back and just slap them around and own them for the next 10 months and change. So, really excited about it. You can already see it today. It's NBA tip-off, and then tomorrow will only get worse, right? Because it's just every day of the season just becomes their worst nightmare. And then college basketball starts, so it could get pretty ugly out there. But anyways, we got a ton of NHL today, too, and Major League Baseball. Boy, the Red Sox turned that one into a mockery yesterday against the Astros. It's been the Grand Slam series for the Red Sox. Joe, how you doing today? Since I'm sitting here and feel like no one else is talking. How you doing?
I'm doing good today.
We don't want to talk over you because then we'll get yelled at.
So I never yell at you except when you sit here and say it was the proper play and I lost by 50. That's when I yell at you. Or when you say the sharp money is there, but the sharp money has already moved the line 2 days ago. It's not today. It's like when you're following and you can't explain how you get there. Yeah, that's one thing.
When you mentioned the Giants, that I gave out the Giants and didn't apologize, I think Rod and I think also Big Al, all three of us gave out the Giants, and nobody apologized for that pick. It was a bad pick, horrible pick. I wouldn't give it out again if I could go back in time, but at the time I thought it made sense, and it just didn't come to fruition.
I'd love to see how you got there. Because I'll sit here and show you how I got to the Bills. I could show you up and down how I got there, but I can't see how you get to the Giants. I can't see it. I can go up and down. Just like, how Indiana was the sharp play on Saturday. I can go up and down and sideways on that game and can't get to Indiana on a straight handicapping basis.
I didn't have Indiana.
I know, but I'm just saying, almost that was the sharp play of the day, right?
I don't think so.
Well, that's what it was. That's where all the sharps were. They got crushed.
Well, then I missed the boat on that one.
Yeah, they got bent over on Indiana.
Well, that game last night, I can tell you guys, I have not seen such a great game in forever. I couldn't believe how well the Titans came out. I was on the Bills, 100% admit it. I didn't think the Titans were going to show up like that. They've got so many people out or injured right now, and for them to show up, Derrick Henry was just unstoppable last night. He was a machine running. I haven't seen him play like that in quite a while, where no one could even touch him, how hard and fast he ran.
First touchdown score.
Oh, we got a crybaby in the chat. Zanir is crying.
Why?
Rod, we need the Rod sound effects here for him. The cry.
Need to say, "Don't cry, be happy." Now, what is that song? That's "Don't Worry, Be Happy." No,
he's crying.
Oh, it is Tuesday.
It is Tuesday. It feels like Wednesday.
Makes
Makes sense why the date says the 20th.
Yeah, I think when you have a game like last night and you lose a game like that, it's kind of like you got beat by Derrick Henry. It's like, yeah,
and that catch by Julio Jones,
and the catch by Julio. I mean, it's like you get beat by that. You know what? You lost. It's kind of like if Lamar Jackson makes like some unbelievable tackle, like we talked about at halftime. It's like if Lamar Jackson, or we talked about on our NFL show yesterday. It's like if Lamar Jackson escapes like 7 tackles and finds the guy wide open. It's like you can't really handicap that. It's like there's nothing you can really do about it. And it's like, on paper, the Bills clearly were the better team. On the field, I think they were the better team too. And I think that, they didn't capitalize on some opportunities early. And those early points, it's kind of like in baseball. It's like what Pete Rose always said about baseball. It's the games in April that make the games in September and October count. And I think it's the same thing for the Bills. They didn't get touchdowns on those early drives. That holding call on Emmanuel Sanders and then missing him wide open in the end zone ended up costing them the game. You can look back and it really was that simple. A missed tackle on Derrick Henry and he's gone. Really a missed assignment there, and he's gone for 78 yards because in the first half, I mean, the Bills owned them. I mean, Brian Tannehill take away the Julio Jones catch that bounced off a helmet and a tightrope act. I mean, 3 of 11 for 21 yards outside of that play, and Derrick Henry 9 carries for 18 yards outside of that one run. So it was domination. And so, I mean, those games are going to happen. And it's like, if he kicks the extra point, if he kicks the field goal there, they go to overtime, there's no saying they're going to win. And I think on the road, that is the right play, obviously, is to go for it when you're on the road. At home, you kick the field. I believe you kick the field goal. On the road, you go for it. And that's just the way it's always been in college and in pros. That's why I thought the Eagles last week, going for 2, didn't make a lot of sense because the general rule of thumb has always been on the road you go, at home you go for the tie and play for overtime. It's just always the way it's been.
I was so disappointed to see that touchdown called back because of holding that one off the kickoff. That was an unbelievable run back. I don't know who got that holding call, but
it was a hold, though.
And what are you doing?
Sometimes you see penalties that have nothing to do with the play or whatever. I think that one kind of did spring them. So, even though I had the Bills, I would say, it might not have had it. You don't say. There's no saying if he would have broke the tackle or if he would have. Yeah. I mean, he's so fast, right? I mean,
so fast. Clearly, it was unbelievable.
Clearly,
101 yards.
Some of the superstars of the game, in that one game. I mean. Once Brown started going, he's impossible to cover. And, I mean, it was just everybody was making plays. And, I thought the Titans, as much as they struggled to cover the Bills receivers, they couldn't cover them, right? That they were able to do what I talk about, at least on the show all the time, was get the pressure on Allen to force him to get rid of the ball where he didn't want to, or, take a sack. And that really was kind of their undoing there in the end. Because they could not cover the receivers. We can't hear a word Rod is saying. He's just mouthing. We could just put words in his mouth for him.
They forced Allen to run the other way, and he wasn't comfortable throwing that way. And that was huge.
I mean,
great job by the Titans.
No,
right?
it was a great. There's nothing you can say, right? It's like it is what it is. It's like it's a game. We move on, and it's like I said. It's like on paper, I can certainly justify my pick for the Bills, and I think anyone that has the Titans can say the same thing. I can justify why I took the Titans. Right? It's like
what about that?
It's one of those games.
Buffalo 2-point special.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Buffalo didn't have the game covered at any point or anything like that. It was far from the case. It was amazing that the Titans stayed within the number as long as they did. To keep it that close. It was an amazing job by them to be able to do that.
Yeah, I love the game. No one gave up. Everyone gave it everything last night.
Those
so
are
it was
the
a great
NFL
game.
games, and it's like there wasn't a lot of ticky-tack calls in the game. There wasn't a ton of penalties. There was a good amount, but there wasn't like just, oh my God, just stop, right? Like how a lot of these games have been. And it made it a little bit more watchable. And like I said, I think in the NFL, when you have, and this is my knock on Cole for the Yankees, it's like when you have the guys that are making the big money, like Aaron Rodgers and Derrick Henry, and what's his name, 14 on the Bills, right? The receiver, and Josh Allen and these guys, right? I mean, when these are the guys making the big money and the defensive guys, right? I mean, these are the guys that should be making the plays in the big time moments of the big time games. I mean, that is what it's all about. Not, lasting 3 innings and getting blown out in Fenway, right? It's like because who pays for that? Who pays for this? We do. The teams don't pay. We do. You have to remember that. The fans are the ones paying the bills, not the teams. The teams make the money off of the fans, and that's how they distribute it as they wish. But it is the fans. We pay the bill. Always. So when Cole makes 30 whatever million, that's an extra commercial we got to suffer through watching the Yankee games.
One more commercial.
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's another billboard in the stadium wall, It's 2 of them. It's like whatever it takes, right? It's like But speaking of a league that knows what they're doing, the NBA back in action tonight, and these guys really know what they're doing. I mean, this is a league that was dead to rights. 30 years ago, it's dead in the water, just dead. And they pulled themselves from the ashes, and they did it the right way. They made it a fans game. They made it a little expensive to be a fans game, but they made it a fans game nonetheless. And here we are, opening night of the NBA, and I think it's bigger than the NFL these days. I really do.
I don't agree with that.
It is. It's a lot bigger.
I guess it's personal preference, though.
Well, no, right. No, believe me, I'm not. I like the NBA. Probably not. I might be a bigger fan of the NBA now than the NFL, but not of college football. I like the NBA better than the NFL because the NFL is just this crappy product that they have for the bulk of the time, where the officiating takes over the game. Well, in the NBA, they let the guys play, and the best players, put it together. The thing I don't like about the NBA is the super team, and I think that's the problem. And I think, if you can have the teams that bust up the super teams, that start beating the super teams, if you start having a New England Patriots, in the or Tampa Bay Rays, in the NBA, well, that's going to be the thing that stops the super team, right? Is having just tons and tons of depth, spreading that money across. We just haven't really seen it yet. The super teams generally seem to make it deep into the playoffs. But at least they've made it a fans game. They haven't let the refs take it over. They've done everything to bring the fans into it and to make it a more exciting product. And, when a lot of sports were saying no, the NBA said go, man, during COVID too, and I have to respect that.
I think they call too many fouls, though. I mean, every drive to the lane by a superstar is a foul. But I like the old 80s, the late 80s, where the guys would play. Go down the lane, you got smacked to the ground. I don't know. Maybe
I
I'm
think
just
you see
a
a little
curmudgeon,
of it today. I think you see some.
A little bit too much foul calling to my taste.
More 3-point shots, definitely.
There's definitely a lot more 3-point shots.
Yeah.
They even said that even this year's season's preseason is already starting to eclipse numbers that we've seen over the previous seasons. So watch for that. More 3 points are being chucked up over the preseason we've seen so far.
Oh, you got to move the line back. So that's really the answer.
Right? Make it a 4 point.
Easy
4
enough.
point.
No, not 4 point.
I tell you, I just want to see them get those penalty shots, because when they don't get those penalty shots, and I can get that penalty shot from standing there. Yes, I know I'm not on the NBA court, but it drives me crazy.
I prefer.
It's not as easy as you think when some guy's behind you with a couple tubes going like this. Come on, it's not as easy as you think. Just standing.
How are they with the tubes?
I know it's not.
And you can actually.
We're looking for that extra point. For
I need to
the
see.
cover
I don't really
or
understand the exact tube motion there. Rod, can you walk me through that? So, all right.
I'm a big 3-point shooter.
I think it's a plastic.
Hey, I kick butt at Donkey. I love playing that game.
Well, one time we'll have to play. Let's see if I can beat you.
I don't know about that.
Pour hot sauce in your Fresca.
No, I can't. I'll challenge her to 1-on-1 basketball.
I'll make sure I trim my nails for that day. Sounds good. I'm in.
Anyways, we got the Bucks and the Nets banner time in Milwaukee, raising the banner. First time since a long time, right? Since Lou Alcindor graced the floor there. And got the Nets in town. Of course, you got to remember the Nets had the second best record in the NBA in the East last year. And then they got to the playoffs, and everybody got injured on their entire team, right? Nobody played in the end of the playoffs. And Kevin Durant kind of who hadn't played all season, carried the team on his back. And I think in the fourth quarter of those games took every single shot. I'm pretty sure. I don't think. I'm going to guess he took over 98% of the shots. And I'm not like, doing a Mitch where, it's, he's 10 million pounds or anything like that. I believe he actually did take 98% of the shots. Yeah. So, Rod, what do you think of these games?
For me, I'm looking at this the Bucks and the Nets. When you look, these are the two top scoring teams in the league last year, both averaging 117 points a game. And then you look where this number is right on that number, 234. I think this being the first game of the season, I think that number's just a touch too high. I like the under. I know they did average 117 a game last season. No PJ Tucker for the Bucks. He got traded away to the Heat. So that's the only real loss for the Bucks from their championship team. Otherwise, they're all the same there. So for me, I'm going to take the under. I think that's just too many points to start the season off. I don't see us hitting 240 like normally. I think give it a couple weeks. I think that's where you'd be with these two teams. But I'm going to go with the under in this one. I think it's just a little bit lower.
Brian, how about you?
Yeah, I'm going to lean towards the Milwaukee Bucks here on the money line. Normally, I steer away from teams when they're raising a banner. Sometimes there's a little bit of they just seem a little flat coming out. But the Nets are just 1-4 last 5 meetings at Bucks. And overall, the Nets have struggled at Milwaukee. Now, those weren't the really great Nets teams, but they're 15-32-1 last 48. Brooklyn at Milwaukee. I just think this is a statement win, national TV. Bucks will want to come out and get a W. So I like the price here. I'm going to take them on the money line.
Joe?
Yeah, I have to disagree with both of you on both of those. I think we're going to see the Nets come out and just slam this one with a high-scoring battle. I think they win this one by 3. I have the Nets in the over in this.
I like the Nets as well in this one. I don't love either of these games. I don't have any premium picks on NBA tonight. Tomorrow I should have a couple, but today I took a pass on both these. I gave out free picks on the videos. I like the Nets. It's a lean at best. I just think that the Bucks do have some players missing, and Rod points to Tucker is gone, but DiVincenzo is still out. And then you've got Bobby Portis, who was instrumental in that championship run. He's out for this one as well. And, Giannis is injured. So he's going to play, but he's banged up. And so, who knows, exactly what we're going to see. But I don't think they're going to, risk the franchise in game one on banner night. I just don't see it happening. For the Nets, obviously the Kyrie situation, who knows what's going to happen there. It's a crazy world we're living in. But,
yeah, I don't think we'll see him back playing.
I've kind of gone from Kyrie hater to Kyrie lover. I've kind of changed teams on that one. Gone about face on that. And I just think a guy who has the guts to stand up for what he believes in, or even if he doesn't believe, he just says, I got questions. It's like he's allowed to have questions. Allowed to still have questions. Who the hell is anyone to say he's not allowed to have questions? He went to Duke. He's obviously a lot smarter than most of those people that are questioning him. Anyways, Lakers and the Warriors is the other game here. Klay Thompson's still out for the Warriors. I really think when Klay gets back, the Warriors are going to be tough customers. Wiseman's out for this one too for the Warriors, and Oubre, of course, is gone. For the Lakers, Kuzma gone. I think that's a lot bigger loss than people realize. I think the Wizards won that trade, trading Russell Westbrook to the Lakers. I would way rather have Kuzma than Westbrook at this point. I just think he's a better fit. Russell Westbrook is a great player, and I think a good guy off the court. I think the issue here is that same thing I said when he was drafted, and I said, well, this guy's really not going to make it in the NBA. It was really one of my brilliant statements of all time because he doesn't play any position, right? And that's what I said, on draft night. He fizzled out really badly. Not quite my Jared Goff, Carson Wentz, Mitch Trubisky calls on the draft, right? This guy ended up being pretty good, like I said, it seems like a pretty good guy too. But I think the issue is that he doesn't really play a position, and I think a guy like that is going to drive LeBron nuts over time. And the Lakers have the oldest starting lineup in the history of the NBA. So, how are they going to hold up? Last year, what we saw from the Lakers over the course of the season, I'll just refresh everybody's memory because I don't have it written down, but I can tell you because I have a memory like an elephant, is that the Lakers, they basically tried to manage LeBron and AD the bulk of the season, manage their minutes because they knew that they needed those guys for the playoffs, and that was the only chance that they had. And then what happened was they both got hurt anyway. And then the Lakers limped into the playoffs. They actually had to play in that play-in games. And then
I thought they got in, and then they just couldn't turn it on. They couldn't turn back on.
Well, they got in through the play-in games. And then what happened is they had to play the Jazz or something in the first round, right? Or it was the Jazz or whoever was the number two. They they didn't get to. Normally they're playing them. Right? It's normally they're playing the play-in team. They're playing the Warriors or whoever they played in the play-in, right? And it's but the Warriors on the other side, remember that game in Toronto, Rod, where they got blown out by 50, and then they kind of still made the playoffs, right? And they still made the play-in, and they kind of played really hard down the end. Curry caught fire is what happened. Oubre is gone from this team, but Draymond is still there. Wiseman is out for this one. And, I think when Klay Thompson gets back, they won the championship without Durant, with Klay Thompson and Curry.
With Klay Thompson, yeah.
He's good, We'll see where he's at when he comes back. It's been 2 years since we've seen him. It was in the finals, remember? When he got hurt.
When he got hurt, yeah.
Anyways. The Bulls aren't playing, so it's tough to...
No, I was asking people who their favorite NBA team is.
Oh, your Chicago Bulls. Joe asked me the same question yesterday. I said the same thing.
Yeah.
The Bulls.
Gotta love those Bulls.
Playoff team.
It's none of your business, Brian. They're not your team.
Yeah, hey, they can be my team if I want them to be
You're
my
6
team.
or
Now,
4.
if you start taking them though, I might be anti-Bull.
If I start taking them, I lived in
I don't
Chicago.
remember. You take the Lakers.
I had as my Facebook profile picture the Michael Jordan handprint from the Sports Authority
Lakers,
for like
Nets,
forever.
Suns.
Like the Michael Jordan, the thing where he put his hand into the wall at Chicago, in downtown Chicago. I used to have that as my Facebook profile for years.
Jordan, yeah, the best.
Your Chicago Bulls. I used to shoot dice with Oakley.
That was a real NBA team.
Oh.
Tell you one guy at the craps table, you don't really want to get in his space as Oakley. He kind of does it the same way. He blocks people out of the key. He's so big. It's like he gets the side, like the craps table, like the where it takes the turn and you're right there, right before it goes to dealers. Basically, his arms go around the whole thing like that. It's just gigantic. And the dice look like about this big in his hands.
Oh, I bet.
Shoots dice like freak
Basketball
dice.
players have to be some of the tallest athletes out there.
Oh yeah, and the thing
Have to be.
Thing is like he shoots dice the way he shoots a free throw. He's just dialed in.
Do you guys think that net should be raised? With the height of these guys now, do you think we should have a higher net?
12 feet. Take the dunk
Is
out
it
of
12
the game.
feet?
No, it's 10. If they
10.
made it 12,
okay.
it would take the dunk out of the game.
Which is no fun. Gotta love that slam dunk.
I know, but it's almost
Yeah, if they raise it up, I won't be able to dunk anymore. So can't do that.
I can't dunk it. I can't jump.
well, this should be a good one. I like the Warriors tonight. I think they at least cover in this one against the Lakers. If they don't win. They've given the Lakers some trouble. Joe, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. This is a Lakers team that we just really didn't see covering very well last year. So I think the Warriors plus the points is a great way to look at this. I'd be looking at the under, too. I think both of these teams come out a little slower in this opener.
Rod?
Yeah, I like the under in this one. That's way too many points for these two teams. I'm not getting in a shootout match, that's for sure. We're going to see more defense played. That's the way the Lakers play. That's the way LeBron likes to play. So give me the under. 226.5. That's just way too many points in this one. Love the under in that one.
No, for me, all three of us agree. I love the under tonight as well. I mean, the Lakers are focused on defense. The Warriors, I think, will have improved defensive play this year. And I think it will come out slow being in the first game. The under's gone 6 of the last 8 times these two teams have met up. And Lakers under 5-1-1 last 7 games. I know they're preseason. But to me, I like the under here. I think it's the best free pick of the day.
Oh, you got a lot of scorers here on the Warriors this year. Interesting to see. Otto Porter Jr. now on the Warriors. He's a guy that can play. He was great at Georgetown. It's hard to. Another guy's just hard to find that right fit. He's been on a bunch of different teams at this point. I think it was like 4th overall pick his year. Brian, what are you selling tonight?
Nope. I actually got 3 plays today. I got my NBA executive info play. I got a play in hockey and a baseball play, trying to hit another baseball play. So you can get all 3 of mine for $40. It's my Tantalizing Tuesday 3-pack. Get it for $40 at pickdogs.com or subscribe to the YouTube VIP. I'm going to give one of those out on there.
How about you, Rod?
And for me, it's a Taco Tuesday, so it's a Taco Tuesday 5-pack. I got 2 NBA I love, 2 NHL I love, and 1 10-star Diamond Crusher. 5 plays that I absolutely love today.
Whatever happened to Tackle Brian Tuesday?
Tantalizing Tuesday.
Tackle Brian.
That was Tackle Your Mom Tuesday.
We're not allowed to cross the border, sorry.
Tackle Your Mom Tuesday.
Tackle the Books Tuesday, Rod used to. So I used to just throw in other names besides the book. Tackle your third grade teacher. Tuesday. It's more fun.
That's the best. Nothing like you tackle somebody who's unsuspecting as you're walking down the road. All of a sudden, you just run up and you tackle them, and they're like, "What the heck was that?" That's the best.
No one has ever done that to me, and I've never done that before, Rod.
Okay.
I have to say it.
This guy's got problems.
Well, you wouldn't do it to a woman. You wouldn't run down the street and tackle.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to go all of a sudden.
You would tackle a guy unexpectedly.
Yeah, exactly. You can tackle your buddy all of a sudden. He's not expecting it, and you're just like, "Take this." Hi-yah!
And you wonder why people cross the street when you're walking down it. They're like, "Oh God, he might tackle us."
He might tackle us. Watch out.
Just out of nowhere.
You're weird.
That's why everybody's on the other side of the road in town here. That's what it is.
Joe, what do you got today? Tackle Rod?
I have 2 NHL and 1 NBA played today. So head on over to Pick Dogs, you guys.
All right. It's an exciting day for premium picks. Anyways.
I was surprised. I thought you'd be on the Lakers tonight, Mitch. That was a shocker.
Because I'm on them so much.
Yep. Oh, that's right. That was Al. That's my buddy Al. Not you. Got you guys mixed up.
Got Major League Baseball going on. Got the NLCS and the ALCS both in action today. I like the Braves today. I think they go up 3-0 on the Dodgers. I'll tell you, I gave out the Braves as my free pick in the video, and I got a slew of comments calling me an idiot. And that is normally, well, it's par for the course, but yeah, got a lot of comments calling me an idiot. So I usually think that that's a very good sign. I'm going to take the Braves. Charlie Morton. Don't need the 1.5 either, or the half, or whatever, plus 1.5 or any of that stuff. I like the Braves here. Outright reverse run line. Rod, who do you like?
I'm with you. I like the Braves here as well. I know I'm not going to take the plus 1.5 in this one. I think the Braves do win it outright and go up 3-0. Braves 5-0 in their last 5 playoff games. They're also 12-1 in their last 13, versus a team with a winning record. We figured the injury went down to the Braves star player, and weren't going to even make it here. And look at them go. They've come together as a team and quite happy playing baseball and loving it. So give me the Braves here. I think they outright them and go up 3-0. Bueller's like he's limped into the playoffs and hasn't been playing so well. So I think the Braves get to him here and crush him.
Bryant?
Yeah, I don't like taking public heavy teams here, but I just don't see how the Dodgers could go down 3-0.
Sounds just like everyone in the YouTube comments. That's
I know,
why I got the Braves on reverse.
That is a good sign for the Braves. All those YouTube comments, that is a good sign. But for me, I got to go with one of the best pitchers in baseball, Walker Buehler. The Dodgers at home, lay that 1.5. I just, if they lose this game, I don't know what they're going to do in LA. Be a lot of crying going on.
What they're used to doing in the playoffs. So,
take the Dodgers minus 1.5.
Rod, what shape is this, Rod?
Can't see it. It's too small.
Is that a square?
I don't always. Somebody accused me always taking the dogs. I don't always take the dogs.
I don't know, 4 corners, 90-degree angles.
I'm allowed to take a public side once in a while. I think today's the day to do it. I don't see how the Dodgers could lose 3 in a row.
We're going to get you a sombrero. That should be. We should bet the sombrero.
Lay the alternate line. I think you lay up the 3.5 for the Dodgers.
Yep,
today.
do lay. I'm gonna lay 3.5 with the Braves.
Now you're on the Kool-Aid. Woo! Now you're on.
That's my Al special today. Dodgers big. I got my Kershaw jersey on. I'm ready to go.
Good story. Joe, how about you?
Yeah, this is one that I'm not loving either side. Dodgers back backs up against the wall, but to step in front of this Braves team that's just rolling right now is not something I want to do either. I'm liking the under in this one as we see two fantastic pitchers battle this one out. So I'd take the under 7.5 if I was betting it.
All right, we got the Astros and the Red Sox. Got ugly at Fenway in a hurry last night. Started off, it was 0-0 when the game started. And, yeah. I think it was even the first inning, it was 0-0.
Yeah, we didn't hit our Nerfy. Oh.
Yeah.
A riffy.
Yeah, it was a Nerfy. I like the riffy, but it was a Nerfy. I was close. Second inning.
No.
Boone back with the Yanks. It's good for us. We love betting against the Yankees. He always bets against the Yankees. That's the YouTube comment. He always picks against the Yankees. I was like, you guys are going to love my Michigan Northwestern video this week. The same people that say that. It's like, like every YouTube comment says, this guy always picks against Michigan. Well, I'm not going to disappoint you here. It's like, who am I to disappoint you here?
But you have a chip on your shoulder against Michigan because you don't like the head coach. So
I don't like Michigan in general. Even before this head coach, I didn't like them. My best memory of Michigan was when Miami played them. 4.5 minutes left to go. They act like they won the game, down by 16. 4.5 minutes left to go. They had the ball. We beat them. Their coach had a heart attack on the sideline. It was one of the greatest games of my life. Bo Schembechler, the legend. It was the end of the legend at Michigan, Bo Schembechler. And they interviewed him, and he was trembling, because he had already had the incident. And he said his last words, "It was an ungodly set of circumstances." Jimmy Johnson used the timeout on defense. It was like, he called timeout. Like everyone's it's like, they think they got us. It's like, that's what all the players said. He was saying, he's like, they think they got us right where they want us. Like, we got them right where we want them. Whoops. Jerome Brown. Danny Stubbs, they put an end to that one in a hurry. Crushed their dreams. It's a great day. Anyways, Astros, Red Sox. Joe, what are you thinking about the game?
Well, if you want to know what I'm thinking, we're going to have a long show.
I'm good.
But about this game, you guys, we're seeing these balls just are flying. I don't know. Going with the over seems pretty square in this one. I'm not betting this game. I really think the Astros can get this win tonight. I think they have to. I think they're going to be so hungry for it. So I'm leaning on the Astros and the over. But something tells me we got to have an under in one of these games. But these bats have been too powerful lately, and they're just flying over. What was the total last night? It was so high.
4.
9.
Couldn't even believe it.
Total.
9.
Yeah, but what did we hit? What the
10,
what?
11,
17
15,
points? 16?
17.
15? Yeah.
15.
Red Sox
it was
took out
such a high total. Yeah, it was unbelievable.
You're right, Brian
So-
is foolish.
I think the Astros and the over in this one.
I agree, Brian is a fool.
That was my favorite game yesterday. The Boston beat down.
Rod?
Yeah, for me, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I'll just take the over. They moved it up to 10, and that's probably still not enough. The over 6-0 in the Astros' last 6. Boston 6-0 to the over their last 6. 8-2. Boston is to the over their last 10. The Astros 9-1. Pitchers aren't holding these guys down. Give me the over.
I've seen the word Red Sox and lock in the same sentence in the comments. Brian?
Yeah, I think that guy's jinxing the Red Sox there. But for me, I think I'm going to take the under 10 runs here. It just seems too easy to take the over 10. You got Greinke and Pivetta, two pitchers that are not aces. Yeah, no aces by any stretch of the imagination.
Zach Greinke's Zach Greinke's a borderline Hall of Famer. I mean, he's just at the end
he's
of his
had
career.
a tremendous career.
Borderline.
But for me, I'm going to take the under 10. I just think one of these games has to go under. So why can't it be this one?
He's got a Cy Young. He's got some World Series. He's got kind of that nice smorgasbord of
I think Astros bounce back with a much better pitching performance overall as a team, so I think this stays under 10.
I think Greinke might just be holding on a little too long. I think it's interesting to me about this game. The most interesting thing is, and it goes back to the whole social media and that sort of stuff, is in the YouTube comments, is that people are saying, up and down, including Bittler. I'm not pointing any fingers, but including him, that says, "Oh, the Dodgers can't lose 3 in a row, but the Astros can." I don't know. It just seems like a lot of losses, especially the mocking of Correa last night. Alex Cora knew that was a bad idea. That was a bad idea. It's like, that guy is really good. He was a number 1 overall pick, Correa. It's panned out. Yeah. Anyways, we go to the NHL. Just a ton of games. Maybe Mitchie Pucks will skate onto the ice here soon. I usually wait. I like to wait at least 10 games because then I have some stuff to work with. But I don't know. The Puck Dogs are doing those videos. I've been getting a lot of commentary. A lot of people saying they want more stuff from the Puck Dogs. I say the Puck Dogs sell more packages, then we'll do more free stuff. How about that? Because they're already doing a ton for free. I think that's fair. I think they do a free pick video on every single game, and plus we talk hockey on the shows, and plus Rod's on this show, Chris is on that show, and Rod's on the other show too, including that, and Chris is on this show on the weekends. I think it's a lot of free Puck Dogs, and I think that they're charging $239 a month for their monthly,
Wow.
which is absurd, under strong protest here. I'm not.
Yeah, they're about $100 under the price.
Yeah, they're at least 100 light.
And they're number 1 in hockey right now.
Yeah, no
check them
joke.
out.
Crushing it.
Yeah, I don't, and that's what I say. Say if people want more Puck Dogs, it's available for you. It's not like they're not delivering. I mean, there might be a chocolate smudge on it from Ruffalo, it's candy bar wrappers, but it's like, it's chocolate, I swear.
Tell you, the Kraken let me down yesterday. I was
I
surprised.
had cake and ice cream for lunch yesterday, so who the hell am I to say anything? It is my birthday.
It's not your birthday yet, the 24th of October.
Brian, it's been my birthday for a few weeks now, and it will continue to be my birthday until mid-November.
You get 24 hours at midnight.
Oh, no.
This is why you're not married, Brian.
Yeah.
There's birthday months, birthday weeks, birthday months.
Yeah,
It just
and then
depends on
some.
the person.
And it's kind of like Thanksgiving. It used to just be the day after, but now it's kind of the 2 weeks before. It's kind of it kind of works like that.
It takes your age. So like if you're 48, then you have 48 days prior leading up. So you get a 48-day celebration before your birthday for your birthday. So sometimes you get more than a month.
It's like my computer doesn't even want to go to the NHL schedule. We got the Sabres against the Canucks. The Canadiens against the Sharks. That's a good logo, that Sharks logo. I like that one. Got the Tampa Bay Lightning. They can go suck it. Against the Panthers. And the Devils against the You Gotta Be Smoking Kraken. Your Kraken head. Joe, any of those four do it for you?
Yeah, give me the Devils in this one. I think the Kraken are absolutely exhausted. This will be their 5th straight road game this week. I see a low-scoring game as well. We're not seeing the Devils put up a ton of points, and I don't think the Kraken will be able to either. So give me the under and the Devils in this whole matchup.
Rod?
Yeah, the couple I like there. I like the under in the Canucks and Buffalo game going. You look surprisingly Buffalo with the number 1 D in the league early in the season, only giving up a goal a game. And Demko's been solid for the Canucks, so I love the under 6 in that one. And I agree, giving the Devils. Devils are going to start the season 2-0. Kraken just want this game over with. They want to go home. But a rough schedule for them to start the season, 5 road games. This is game 5 on and back to back, and we've seen what Philadelphia did to him. I think the Devils do the same thing. Give me the Devils.
So my wife is standing here. So Brian says I only get 24 hours for my birthday. I mean, what world is he living in? In 20, maybe 24 hours starting 3 weeks ahead and 2 weeks after.
Well, you can't celebrate more than 24 hours. You only
That's
get
what Joe
24
said.
hours.
Joe said that's why Brian's not married. We're celebrating every. Yeah. Just for that, I'm having double ice cream and cake for lunch.
And Brian, I always do 2 big parties because I was actually born in Australia. So I have like my Australian party, then my Canadian party, but I celebrate all month. July is
I'd let you.
Don't you cross time zones there? So really, you should have 4 because it's like if
I
you're born
really
in Australia,
should.
because it's in different days that you're born in 2 different days.
Yeah.
Because you have.
I really should have 4
You
parties,
really
but.
I mean, because if you're born in Australia, but you're in like say, I don't know, like Pennsylvania or something, you would have been born on different days. So you got to celebrate both. You got to get both of those.
Absolutely.
You don't want to.
My mom writes me huge Facebook messages on both days, like happy Australian birthday, happy Canadian. You get to celebrate it all. But yes, July is my birthday month. I celebrate the whole time. I'm with you, Mitch. You need a birthday month.
Yeah, it's like, how many cakes do you get for your birthday, Brian? Like, how many cakes? Or pies? Or pastries or ice cream cake or whatever?
Just 1, maybe 2, if I'm lucky.
Yeah, so you're light. You're light on that.
I always skip the birthday cake altogether, but I do it for the kids. They like to sing happy birthday.
Do you think I got this body with 1 birthday cake? I mean, do you think that that's how I got here? You think that's how I put this together? This is.
Well, it's a big birthday.
Yeah, this is.
You're turning a big 100, isn't it? This year.
This is
100.
This is not a 1 cake mission right here. This is. This is some, and this. We're not even talking about like you ever go to the bakery like to pick up the cake and it's like you see the cookies there and you gotta grab a couple.
We got to get more, right? Just like you're getting the cake.
Like,
and you're like,
what's that?
I'll get a half dozen of those and a half dozen of those along with the cake.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Or you ever go to like a diner, like they have this great bagel place in Vegas, like off the beaten path that I love to go to this bagel place, and they have like. You have to go to the counter, to pay the check, for the breakfast place. And, they have the cookies everything right by the counter, like the glass case. It's like, it's totally there. It's like, it's so intentional. It's like.
Oh, of course it is.
Oh, I know. It's like I come back to the table, I got the box with me. It's like, what the hell just happened? What are you taking? Did you not finish? You taking it? No, this is the 2 dozen cookies I got from the cake.
I thought you were just getting the cake.
They're like, do you need that big box for 2 dozen cookies? I'm like, well, they're the big cookies. My accountant's like, that was some breakfast you had. It's like, it was the sides.
It's all the add-ons.
The sides. It's the sides. It's the Wolf of Wall Street, $24,000 on dinner. It's like, you spent $24,000 on dinner? The sides. The sides.
You also have to try everything, from what I understand.
Oh, absolutely. That's like at the ice cream. Baskin Robbins, ask for a taste. 31 flavors. I got time.
Right? I got time. Come on, give me one of those.
They have.
I don't know. How about that one? You just keep it going.
They have a really good ice cream place down the street from me here, and like they have all the great Hawaiian flavors. Like everything's macadamia nut, coconut, and all these different things, and all the tourists love to taste every single one, and then they end up getting vanilla. It's whims, but that's besides it. Scoop of vanilla.
That's
it's
funny.
like all that. You get a scoop of vanilla. It's like I just waited 25 minutes for you to taste all this ice cream. Brian, who do you like in these?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Buffalo Sabres here. I don't know why they're continually disrespected here by lines makers that just won their first 2 games. You're getting plus money against a Vancouver team, which I'll take Vancouver in spots, but it's just too much value on the Buffalo Sabres. And then I'll take the Montreal Canadiens sitting at 0-3 on the year. I'm sure desperation must be setting in soon. Big public side here, but I think Canadians finally get a W against the Sharks.
What's your ice cream flavor? What's your flavor?
I like boring chocolate. So I like chocolate.
There you have it. All right. I'm going to take the Sabres here, and I'm going to parlay them up with the Panthers. Got the Penguins and the Stars. Stars changed their logo a few years ago. Got the Capitals against the Avalanche. Got the Chicago Blackhawks up against the Islanders. Neither of these teams have won a game yet this season. And then you got the Red Wings up against the Blue Jackets. Brian, what do you think of these 4 gems?
Yeah, I think the Detroit Red Wings are a quality play. If I'd add another premium play, it might be the Detroit Red Wings here. You rarely see them as the favorite, and Columbus is 2-0 on the year, so it even raises even more eyebrows. I just think the Red Wings get another W here, and I'll go to 2-0-1.
Rod, what's your favorite flavor ice cream?
Me, I like Neapolitan. You get 3. You get
chocolate, vanilla, strawberry.
Yep.
Do you let them mix, or you keep them very separate?
I let them mix. I don't mind if they mix up. It's pretty good all mixed up together.
All right.
It's a good mix. For me in these ones here, you look, McKinnon has been cleared to play for Colorado, and everybody's enamored with Colorado now. They're all like, "Whoa, McKinnon's gonna play! Yeah, woo!" Give me the Capitals.
I was doing that before the show.
So, you look at everybody's now going to be enamored with Colorado to win this game. So, give me the Capitals.
I also do my Riverdale impersonation when I heard it.
And then the other one I like, the Islanders and the Blackhawks. Somebody's always got to go, and I think the Blackhawks get the first win. I think the Blackhawks at home here get to sing their song at the end of the hockey game. So the Islanders just look awful. They just look defeated. They just look like they've been through a war, and it's like it's only game 3. You know, a long season they go. Give me the Blackhawks in that one. And I like the under in the Columbus and Detroit game. Columbus scored 8 goals in their first game, and well, I know why they scored 8 goals, but after that, Kevin bounced back with 2 goals. They're not built to score 8 goals. Give me the under in that one.
Joe, what's your favorite ice cream?
It would be like a cherry cheesecake.
Cherry cheesecake.
Or a mango. Yeah.
Mango's good. But is that a sorbet though?
Yeah, sorbet.
That's not ice cream. What's your favorite ice cream?
No, it's not. Sorry. It's got to be cherry cheesecake.
Cherry
like
cheesecake.
With chunks of like cheesecake.
Oh,
chunks of cherry. Yeah.
That sounds like a Ben & Jerry's type thing going on there.
Yeah, something that's like chunky and got more than just ice cream in it.
Cookie dough.
I like that.
I'm unswayable. My favorite flavor
Not
is
a big ice cream
my
fan,
favorite flavor is cookie dough, and my second favorite flavor is also cookie dough.
Third?
Third would be pistachio with crunch, Oreo crunch on top of it.
Ooh,
Like topping.
that would be good. Yeah.
That's third.
Yeah, Alan's saying in the comments, green mint chocolate chip. And I used to love that when I was a kid. My grandma always had that in the freezer.
Yeah, I always had mint chocolate chip. Used to be my favorite until I had cookie dough.
Until you had cookie dough.
Yes.
I like Tiger Tail's a good one too. But you have to like licorice, right?
You know what else is
like
good is
licorice, you're not going to like it.
Mm.
Cookie dough is good. Like, how many pints of ice cream do you have in your freezer right now?
Me? 0.
0.
Pints. There's a 4-liter bucket in my freezer, and then there's there's a couple. There's one Ben & Jerry's chocolate covered cherries, and then there's also a Ben & Jerry's half baked.
Chocolate covered cherries, is that Cherry Garcia?
No, it's Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah, Ben and Jerry's is Cherry Garcia is their chocolate covered cherry.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yes.
Cherry? Oh, okay. Well, I call it chocolate covered cherry.
I'm familiar. I know about these things.
And then the half baked, which is your cookie dough, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so, but doesn't that have chunks of brownie in it too?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, is it so good?
Well, it can be. All right.
It has chunks of brownie and cookie dough mixed in it. Half baked.
We always have 9 to 12 pints of cookie dough ice cream in our freezer at all times.
And Neil, yes, blueberry cheesecake is also good.
My wife's
And then,
worried,
of course,
my wife's
cheesecake.
worried about the supply chain, and she knows how it gets. It's like we ran out of cookie dough. We had to get the off-brand.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh.
I had like I had this one called Candy Bar ice cream. I had to eat for like 3 days. Heath Bar Crunch or something. Yeah. You guys felt the wrath. You didn't even know what was happening.
That's what's going on. Now we know.
The guys in Australia refused to talk to me. They just refused to talk to me. Like, is something wrong like over there? Like, you had ice cream or something? Yeah, they ran out of cookie. Yeah, we'll talk to you next week. Good. It's true. It's true. They said that.
I believe it.
Yeah. I don't know. I had it for lunch yesterday, so it was nice. I'm catching up. I love it. It's nice. It's kind of like. I don't separate the cookie dough out. I just eat it. I don't pick at it. Just straight out of the dish. It's kind of like chocolate chip taken to the next level. I think that's really what it is.
Oh, that's
Chocolate chip
exactly
ice
what it
cream, which is a classic. Cookie Monster with chocolate chip. What's that? Wait a minute. Cookie Monster.
This might be life-changing, Mitch.
Is that cooked cookie dough in the...
Cooked cookie dough in the ice cream?
No, I like the cookie dough. Whoever came up
Yeah,
with that
it's
idea is
cookie dough.
genius.
Right.
It's like, wouldn't you love to have been at that board meeting? I've got this idea. You take the cookie dough, you put it in ice cream and mix it up. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. So what you're saying is you take some cookie dough, you put it in the ice cream. It's like, I think we're onto something. It's like, oh, what a great idea that was. They didn't have that when I was a kid. They didn't have cookie dough ice cream.
No?
No.
Well, they didn't even have ice cream when you were a kid, right?
Well, the guy would come around, with the...
He'd come around and turn it
Yeah.
with a stone or something.
Yeah, crank it, Crank it. We had the ice cream man back in the day. You hear the bell ring.
See, I prefer like the icy things, like the Calypsos and stuff like that.
What?
Yeah.
What are you
like
talking
the
about?
freezy.
What
The stuff
what
that's not
planet
ice
are you
cream.
from? Where did we get this woman? It's like, who invited her?
Okay, I think my mom likes ice cream a lot, and she told me I was lactose intolerant, and then I found out at 20 I actually wasn't, because she wanted to eat all the ice cream in the house. So I'd only sneak it at my grandma's mint chocolate chip. But I'm not lactose intolerant. But I always had the icy things growing up.
I like ices too, but I'm not gonna put those in the same conversation as ice cream. It's an entirely different treat.
Right.
I like the
Is
icy.
that? Okay, now
I like
I know.
the icy. That's in the Slurpee family. And then you have sorbets. And then, we could get into gelato, but I thought we'd save that for another
Ooh,
day.
I like
Because
gelato.
toasted coconut gelato. If you're going gelato, toasted coconut is really, it's where it begins and ends, that conversation. You know
You
who
wanna
has
make
great
slots?
coconut gelato is at Aria in Vegas. They have a great toasted coconut gelato at Aria. Worth the trip. It's one of those things that you get it, and it's like they could say, that's $47. I don't care. It's just whatever. Just give them your credit card. Don't even tell me how much it was, because don't ruin it. I can't hear you anyway. I'm too busy eating. It's like, would you like another scoop with that? do I look like I'm ready? It's like, do you even have to ask that question? It's like, they're always like, nice to see you again. That's what they say in there. That's like one of those places, like, I haven't seen you in a while. It's like, Nashville Predators, worst name in hockey, worst name in sports, up against the LA Kings. Got the Smudges at home. They're undefeated against the JTS Jets. And then you got the Oilers up against the Ducks. Oilers minus 279 against the who stepped on a duck. 2-1 on the season for the Ducks. Public just humping up on the Oilers. Brian, you humping up on the Oilers with the public here?
Yeah, I think I'm going to lay the puck and a half here with Edmonton. They're just a far better team. I was against the Ducks yesterday with the Calgary Flames, and I really took one to the tailpipe there with my favorite team.
I like the Ducks on the puck line here. Not reverse
but I
puck
think,
line, but plus the goal and a half.
I just think Oilers win by at least 2 goals tonight. Maybe I'm wrong, but out of that grouping, I'll lay it with the Oilers.
Joe, you done with your smoothie? Can you give us some commentary on these games?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so, Brian, I hear what you're saying with the Oilers, but here's my problem with the Oilers. They play down teams they're playing. They should definitely come out and win this game tonight against the Ducks, but they get in these letdown spots. Connor McDavid's off an amazing game, hat trick game. I'm not going to bet this one. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, because until the Oilers start proving to me that they're not going to play down, I can't get on them in this situation, which they should win it. They absolutely should. But I think the Ducks come out and win this one because the Oilers take that step back.
No chance.
As long as you're completely honest. I like
completely honest. I like seriously. We've seen them, Rod, time after time, and I love Connor McDavid. He plays down. I've also
seen 2 guys on one line last season for the last how many years that I've seen this. The Oilers have 2 lines going here. I'm sorry. Ducks on a back-to-back. They're not going to do what Calgary did and choke it away. That's not happening here. The Oilers have to make a statement this season. They're going to be team. Like I said, I've actually put Mike Smith as a future for winning the Vezina, plus 6,600 in that. He's been lights out starting the season. And the Ducks are going to play Stellaris in goal. He's 0-1, 2 goals against. Their backup going. After playing last night, they battled and they came back and beat Calgary. Had no problem doing it too. Looks real good doing it. Like I said, Calgary yesterday, they don't have that guy. They need that guy to step up, but they always have that guy. They always actually have 2 of those guys that will step up and punch you in the mouth.
Okay, but can Connor McDavid lead better this year? Can we get him being more of a leader?
Already has. Scored 3 goals last game.
I know, but like when they're down.
How many goals? How many games are in an NHL season? Like how many games does each team play?
82.
So 3 games in, you can say that he's a changed man.
Oh, easily.
And because Rod, I'm not talking about when he's up. He's fantastic when he's up.
Rookie season, he's just progressed every season. He's gone up. He's scored 1.5. But his first season, he wasn't so good. He got a point, whatever a game, and then he went to 1.3, 1.5. Last season was 1.88. This season, he's going to get over 2 points a game. Easy. He's going to be the first NHL player in a long time to be averaging 2 points a game this season. That's how good the Oilers are going to be this season.
I just want to see him when he's in that down position to lead his team and pull a team back, because that's what I'm missing from him. I think he's a phenomenal hockey player. Don't get me wrong. I really like Connor McDavid, but when they get down as a team,
I want the Ducks
to see
here.
him pull that team
I really like the Ducks here. I like the plus goal and a half. Mitchie pucks. He's a lot of angles here that lead to the Ducks at least covering the puck line here, if not winning outright. I could be well, I can't say it on the air because then people bring it up 10 years from now and say that I said something defaming to somebody, but it's not going to say that word, the P word, but I think plus the goal and a half. I mean, everything leads to Ducks at least on the puck line, to cover the puck line. But I mean, if Edmonton slips up at all here, because the Ducks own Edmonton. I mean, they freaking own them, right? I mean, they're basically.
How do the Ducks own Edmonton?
Well, the They are 20-7 in the last 27 in Edmonton, 36-16 in the last 52. That is ownership. So over 66% is ownership. And that's almost 70%.
Yeah, it's just
and
hard
20-7, 20-7 is
overtime win.
That's ownership. Edmonton. Well, you said how do they own them? I think those are ownership
all right,
numbers.
Well, you made your point.
This is one of those spots that last season, for sure, you would have taken the Ducks. This season,
Yeah, but Mitchie Puck sees here is that the Ducks are 3-0 on the puck line this season. 3 games in, and obviously I don't have my data that I need to work with here, but it's like if I was looking at this game and we were deeper in the season, I saw these kind of numbers where a team just is dominant on the puck line and the other team is kind of on the puck line, and you have like a team that has been really pretty much pumped up for the last 2 to 3 years here, and basically usually what happens is they go. So it pops that bubble because, remember when they traded for all those guys? We were talking about this the other day. Oh, Edmonton's going all the way now. Oh, no, they went nowhere. And it's like this team has done nothing but let people down since Gretzky last skated there. I mean, really, they've gone skadoosh since.
No.
Well, they won after with Messier, but it's been a long time.
They won a cup without Gretzky. They made the Stanley Cup.
Without Messier, they won a cup?
No, they made it to the Stanley Cup final.
What year?
I want to say, what was that, 90? No, it was actually early 2000, 2003,
that doesn't count.
Carolina. Oh, it doesn't count.
They played Carolina? No one remembers that. Carolina. Is that even a real team?
Yeah.
Oh, real hockey town there. Charlotte.
Massive hockey town in Carolina. Massive.
It's like, oh, yeah.
When their team headed towards the
How many
bubble,
players are from Charlotte? How many players in the NHL? How many players in the NHL are from Charlotte? I mean, how many?
Oh, no.
I'm gonna guess 0. I'm gonna guess the bagel.
Oh. And this Oilers team has majority of the Canadian players. They're a majority made up of Canadian players. Easy, 80%.
It'd be really interesting to see how many Canadian players play for American teams, like what the percentage is.
Huge. It's massive amount.
Yeah.
Massive amount. There's always at least 4 or 5 Canadians on every American Stanley Cup winning team. Because I think the Canadian team hasn't won one since in a long time.
Yeah.
Long time. But Calgary had that chance to put the Ducks away, and they just didn't do it. They didn't have that guy. They had 10 minutes in that third period, and I watched the game, and I figured they were going to do it, and then get that 3-1 goal. They let the Ducks hang around.
So they won 3-2 in the shootout, and then they won 5-2 against Calgary. Edmonton did, and then the Ducks they beat Calgary in the shootout. They played back-to-back. They lost to the Smudges, but 2-1. And then they beat Winnipeg. So basically, they've been in 2 one-goal games already. So this is a team that plays in low-scoring, tight games. I like the under and the Ducks on the puck line. It's got to be a gift, right? I mean, I'm just throwing it out there, just looking at the numbers. It's so freaking obvious.
No. That's why I'm taking the Oilers on the puck line. It's like, because they're able to get up by 1, and then they have the killer instinct this season to get up by 2 and put them away.
They found it where? Where did they find this killer instinct?
Mm-hmm.
Watching Ted Lasso or something? They all watch Ted Lasso together.
No, you make a trade and you pick up another guy. You pick up a guy who's the assist leader who assisted Matthews with his
sure they're not eating some of Joe Madden's mango sorbet there in the locker room over in Edmonton?
Well, they might be.
Well, if they are, they're going to do better. So I do like Mike Smith in goal for Edmonton. He is a great goalie. So he did come from Calgary.
And he's out to prove a point this season.
3-2 against Vancouver. They were minus 210 in that game. I'm not convinced. I'm taking the Ducks here, plus the goal and a half. And I'm also going to take them on the regular and the under. I just think there's an opportunity there.
And I do too, until Edmonton proves to me they won't play down to their competition.
Which they do.
Yeah, they do.
Just because they were in the Stanley Cup final 18 years ago against a made-up team doesn't really instill a confidence in me that I need to put my hard-earned money anywhere near them at minus 280.
Absolutely. Because this is a team, you put them against the best team in the league, they come out and they somehow win it. They do everything. They just play their heart out. But then you put them against, like, we saw them last year. What? They lost. I'm sure they lost to the Sabres last year.
Everybody say, you could say last year.
I know, but this is a team they just play down, Rod. I hope they prove me completely wrong this season.
Last season. You are going to be completely wrong.
I hope so. I really do. I want a Canadian team to go really far this season.
Definitely,
I do.
Flames, so
no. I know. It won't be my Flames.
Where's the comments, everybody? Stop picking on
in.
Joe. Where's the comments? It's like if it was me and Brian, it's like everyone's all out to defend, but it's
we're not picking on each other. We're just having a heated debate. That's all.
Oilers are going to spank the Ducks tonight. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
Well, it's Joe and I against you two.
It's the Battle of Calgary and Edmonton. That's the whole thing it comes down to.
And Edmonton watched that. They were like, Calgary choke, watch us. We're going to kick their butt tonight. Watch this. We'll show them. We'll show them how it's done.
5-1 Edmonton tonight.
Yeah. Well, I can see Smith with a shutout.
5-1 Edmonton.
I can see Smith with a shutout. Smith with the shutout.
If it's a shutout, it's a 1-0 game. Low scoring if it's a shutout.
Dun 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 dun.
Rod and I need to go to the Battle of Alberta together.
Oh no, right?
That'd be quite interesting. Just send a camera crew.
I think they play 4 more times this season, so.
It's gonna be fun.
I think they play 5 times, five battles in Alberta.
All right. Good show today. Got any parlays? I like the Ducks on the puck line with the Panthers and the Braves on the reverse run line. Brian, how about you?
I'm going to go with the Super Square special parlay of the day. It's going to be the Los Angeles Dodgers -1.5 and those Edmonton Oilers -1.5. My Super Square parlay.
Let's take the two biggest favorites on the board.
Yeah.
That's Spittler for you. Rod, can you find any better value than that?
Yep, I'm going to take the Capitals on the money line over the Avalanche. I'm going to take the Bucks game under the total. And we're going to take the under in Buffalo and the Canucks.
Joe?
And I take the Capitals, the New Jersey Devils, and the Sabres all on the money line.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. That was fun. I actually enjoyed the hockey segment today. It's rare, but it happened. But we appreciate each and every one of you. We've got 11 NBA games tomorrow, so we'll have plenty to talk about. We've got college football tomorrow, which I thought was today, but it's actually tomorrow.
Yep.
And we've should have a baseball game tomorrow too. Braves and Dodgers. So we will see you tomorrow. Of course, we'll do a premium show and then the VIP show at its regular time. This is Mitch for Joe, Rod, and Brian. Thanks for joining us. Have a winning day. I'm going to try and act more professional tomorrow.